All right, welcome back.
I have a question for you folks. Okay, present the question, ChaosArgate. You can word it better than me. Talk about Castlevania.
I'll talk about Castlevania later.
All right, we've got more important things to discuss right now. You're right.
Yeah. We can't go into this house right now because, key's missing. It's interesting, though.
Just bust the door down.
Nah,
I would if I could.
Nah, see, this is not that kind of game. This game does have shootable locks a la RE4, but you can't be like Leon. I don't know if you know this, but if you get to the correct side of a door with a lock, Leon can just bust it down, including the lock, by kicking it open.
Yeah, you gotta kick it like 5 times, but it'll go down.
It's completely worth it. Speaking of going down.
Yikes.
It went down pretty nicely. You think that was the guy that lived here?
It's possible. I'm just upset that he ducked my shotgun blast.
Yeah, you're already starting to become numb to the killing. Ethan Winters is used to killing molded. Ethan Winters is now killing transformed human beings. Like, technically the molded still were that, but they were goopy guts. These are much more solid guts. How do you think he feels about that?
They're hairy guts.
They're very fuzzy guts.
Yeah. You missed a goat. That's okay.
Did he?
Did I really?
I'm pretty sure he missed a goat.
Oh no. I was gonna say, like,
I still don't see it.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you could shoot goats in this game, and then I was like, oh, you mean the collectible? I was looking around for, I was listening to the audio for the actual sounds of a goat.
For the actual bleeding
Yeah.
of a goat.
Wait, no, I think you can shoot that kind of goat in this game too.
You're looking for a Markor or a...
Yeah, no, they're not technically, but okay, listen. This game has so much wildlife to shoot. Ethan Winters is killing the locals in all forms. He's an equal opportunity murderer this time around. Although I don't know if any of this counts as murder.
Anyway, we have the well wheel now, so we can use any wells we come across. So we'll circle back around later. I just want to poke around a little bit, see if there's anything noteworthy.
Well, what?
Oh.
Well.
There's a pig.
Oh, right in the butthole? Are you kidding me? Come on.
You're really gonna rip it a new one, huh? I bet that's where he yanked the meat out from, too. Sicko. Complete organized box sicko. That's the mark of a sociopath. To be fair, though, to be fair, it slighted us first.
That is true. But also, Argate recording this footage going, yes, haha, yes, while shooting the pig in the actual asshole.
Yeah, that's, you know what, video game cruelty potential is a well-recorded trope. I'm glad that Resident Evil sticks to it by allowing you to blast a cap in a pig's ass like it's Grand Theft Auto.
It's not even the right kind of pig.
Than I did.
Not even the right kind of, not even the right kind of pig, but I'm the right kind of CJ.
Hey!
Get that cock, Ethan. Get that cock. You know you can.
I'm gonna slice that cock.
At the time of recording, it's almost Christmas. What are you gonna have for dinner, Ethan? We've got
Sliced
chicken.
cock.
I didn't know he was a Christian. We've got chicken. We've got fish.
Look at this guy. He's giving up.
Look, I cut one of them. It's good. That's good enough for me.
No, you have to be an absolute lunatic and chase the chickens down with a knife.
I'm not gonna lie. I did that on my streams.
Also, on the map now, we can see where animals are. So if you want to go hunting, you can look at the map now.
Yeah, but you better watch out. You looked at it for just a second, but this game's got a secret bonus boss. We're gonna need it if we go back into this village square. Donkey Kong is gonna jump on that red roof and start throwing those barrels at us.
God, that was tough.
You gotta shoot him. You gotta shoot the barrels to break them. You gotta remember, they blow up because he's actually transformed Lucas again. Donkey Kong actually has, like, the red hair like the clown.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
do
why
you
that
think
laugh sounded familiar.
Exactly. Do you think I'm making any of this up? I was just on 9 Gear Crow's Ace Combat Let's Play, and there is a Donkey Kong plane in that game.
Yeah. I think he was doing the 3DS one.
Listen.
Anyway, I think this is the house with the red roof.
And listen, we've talked about Chris Redfield being known as the gorilla in Japan, okay? Oh. Oh, but you won't go for the ass on this guy.
Yeah. Also, did we talk about Chris being known as the gorilla during a video, or was that like...
Oh, maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't.
I genuinely don't remember, so that's why I asked.
I don't either.
I don't know if we have, but either way, yeah, he's a big galoot, and he punches boulders, and he's got a big upper body, so, you know, he's earned the lovable even though even though his in-game motif is like a wolf, in Japan, people like to refer to him as just big old gorilla man.
I can appreciate that, though. That's good.
It is great. I love it. I've got bad news for you, ChaosArgate. The owner of the red house is a little bit unable to offer up any information on how to save your daughter, because you filled his head full of holes. You should have shot him in the ass instead.
Damn. Anyway, we've upgraded our winged key now.
Damn it.
What is this anyway? Look at the portrait of the cats over there.
I never
this person
noticed
had
the
pets.
portrait of the kittens. What?
They got a portrait of their pets commissioned. You don't even know if this lycanthropism can be reversed yet. This guy probably ate his wife, and you just killed him. This is the saddest story in the game.
I just realized that my voice being synced up to this footage, you're going to hear me gasp loudly when I notice that portrait.
How was it? Did you learn anything?
I found these feathers. Now tell me how to fix
I thought
this
there was a
like you said
typo
you
in the
would.
subtitle, and that said, I found these fathers.
You must use that
It's like, no, you're the father.
Moses flasks.
Where are the rest of them?
There are 4 in total. You have the one, and the other lords have the rest.
Lords?
Mother
Let me tell you
Miranda
about
is
European
the cold,
ownership of
calculating
land,
ruler of
Ethan.
this village. 4 lords serve under her. The first you've already
I love
met,
this FMV.
Lady Demetres.
Why couldn't they do this in engine?
The second lives deep in a valley of mist, the doll maker, Donna Beneviento. None of her playmates have ever come back from that dank old estate.
Dank.
The third is Moreau.
I'm glad you said it. If you hadn't said it, I was gonna.
Lives in the reservoir past the windmills. It is said that he is not the
We bear
monster
the same low-hanging fruit, my friend.
The fourth and most dangerous is Heisenberg.
Watch out for his
Works his
dangerous,
factory on
addictive
the village
crystals.
outskirts. And the project. Let's just say parts of the human imagination are better left alone.
I love it. It's such a oh man, we've talked about teasing already. This is the big tease. Much like RE4, we've opened the cabinet to reveal Lewis. The big tease. I love it. I love this little list of side quests and all that. Just to show you how big the village is.
If you truly wish
And I
to
like that
save
they
your
mostly have
lords,
unique,
first
fun
gather
little
the 4
names.
flasks.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
do you a
it's
personal
fun.
favor.
It's nice. I like it.
I've marked the Lord's locations on your map. Some treasures still lurk in this village.
Can my treasures
Sure each
not
one
lurk,
will be of
though?
great use to
Yeah, I would love if treasures like jumped out at me like my enemies do.
Why, it's all part of our first-class customer service. Please do come again.
What is this hour? What is hey, what's that? You used a very distinct word to describe yourself there,
Yes,
buddy.
I have you. Find some quality ingredients and bring them to me.
Never mind. I trust him again. Let's make some food. Ethan is probably very hungry.
hell yeah, we can now make food. So yeah, you bring Duke some ingredients. He will make you a dish, and each dish will increase one of Ethan's stats permanently.
Yeah, no more steroids.
Don't
Now
let
we
that
are
be
going
your
with natural steroids.
Thank you. Now
You
it's
know,
Hell yeah.
colloidal silver poisoning.
And even if you can't, like, even if you don't have enough ingredients to like make a dish,
finished. I'd
just,
love for you to enjoy as well.
just give Duke the ingredients ahead of time. Free up your inventory space.
Yes.
To think such
Yeah,
a
just
dish could be
always
added
deposit
is
the meat
too
in the
outrageous.
the meat hole.
Do you guys think that's
What-
a joke?
what's this-
Do you guys think that the phrasing of that is a joke at Ethan's expense? This winter bound frontier.
Could be.
This winter's bound frontier. What's up with the red ones?
thought of it.
Hey, ChaosArgate, tell me about the red ones. Why is it called quality meat? Did you take my dick pics and put them in the game?
Yes, exactly.
Ah.
We'll come across some
Yeah, I'll
higher
make you
quality
say it.
meats
I'll make you
later.
say it. What are we gonna come across later? Some quality meat?
Yes.
Oh, you bastard. Now you're not gonna say it.
I'm
What?
surprised you'd part with this so early.
Did you just
Rip?
sell a gun in a Resident Evil game?
I sold the Lemmy because I don't need it.
Rip
I
Lemmy.
don't want it.
Yeah, rip Lemmy. I was a real big fan of Motorhead, actually.
Modifications, and we'll do them.
I have his book on my nightstand.
Dude, and you're one hell of a killmeister with this 1911 though, dude. It's a good
Yeah,
replacement.
the 1911 is way better.
Sadly, it is.
Straight
Sadly. The Lemmy is like the iconic pistol. Ethan's got it in like all of the promo art because it matches his fucking hand. But you trade it so early. Like the Duke says, like the 1911 is just better. And it's automatic. Upgrading the rate of fire increases the rate of fire for the automatic trigger as well. Which is handy in Mercenaries. Want to talk about Mercenaries?
We'll talk about that later. I was gonna say, I don't think I ever noticed the automatic fire on the 1911 until like later in this this playthrough.
Right? It's because you wouldn't think of a 1911 as being able to do that. It's because it didn't in the previous game that had a 1911. You know, RE7.
Yeah.
They made it like
Or MGS3.
or pretty much any game that has a 1911, really. I think in Payday 2 it's automatic, I think, because it's like you could just modify it to be. Ah! Lottie!
He just wants to be your friend.
What? Okay, I love Lottie. Lottie is still one of my favorite Resident Evil characters. I might drown myself! Help me, Natalia! I want to die! I can't wait to redo my Revelations 2 LP. I'm gonna get Skippy Granola as my co-op partner. He can be the little girl. I'll be Barry. What do you think Barry's up to? What do you think Barry's up to these days, now that we know, thanks to Redfield, that he's canon?
I don't actually know.
I hope he's just chilling. I hope he is chilling with Moira just at home while his other family members just go off and do zombie adventures. Like, Natalia is in jail for child crimes, for Kafka crimes. What?
It's a goat.
Smash it.
See? Sorry, I just had to... Anytime anyone says goat, I have to say C afterwards for some strange reason.
So yeah, we do have our primary objective now. We have to go across the land to collect the 4 pieces of rose. So basically, it's like Castlevania 2 now.
You say that so naturally. We have to go collect the 4 dismembered pieces of our daughter in separate jars. I'm
just gonna take my time because she's probably all right. If she's already in the jars, then she's
Well, that's the thing, right? When we recorded the first videos of this, I went in with completely different expectations because we hadn't played End of Zoe. I actually had played RE8, not knowing about End of Zoe or Not a Hero. So I didn't know, because it happens in both DLCs, I didn't know people could survive the calcified state. So I spent the entire game of RE8 under the assumption that the Duke was lying to you, and that the quest to save Rose is generally hopeless. But Ethan already knows that it's not. He goes in because he knows that Zoe is fine. He talked to her. So that changes the context a lot, knowing people can be kind of recombobulated from the crystallized state. I just want to say, like, you want your pal C. Jacobs to have a misconception about Resident Evil, there you go. I had the biggest one. Damn, I should have played those DLCs. Alright, Argate, you got another chance. You got another chance here. It's in the top left. What a horrible night to have a curse. Eyes that work.
Hey, I don't think we've been to the church in a while. Someone's set up shop here.
Yeah, we haven't. I guess they have decided to join us in prayer.
Oh, found evidence of you.
To be fair, look at the game we're playing.
True, so true.
By the way, Argate, you missed another goat.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, it's in your inventory. You didn't shoot it. Oh. Huh.
That seems odd.
And familiar. I guess there was another daughter at some point, but Capcom had to cut her for time. They threw her down the well.
Would not surprise me.
I wonder what that's doing there. I wonder how that got there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just an heirloom from before Dimitrescu shut herself up in the village castle, that, you know, the local castle that all Eastern European villages have, according to RE4. Oh, we got bats in the belfry now, dude.
Oh man.
Dude, it's like a magic trick. We let the doves out of the hat and now they're flying around.
I also do want to point out that the necklace we just picked up can be combined with two things.
Look, hey, look alive. Those are new. Those bodies on the crosses there.
Oh, too busy shooting chickens.
That's actually... That's such a simple goal in life is, nope, couldn't see the burned bodies at the stake. Too busy shooting chickens.
You know, I legitimately have never realized that there are new bodies on the stakes.
Yeah, I think those are new. Those that lady corpse that you bumped Ethan's face right into. Yeah, he's a bit focused. He saw the chickens and he like pulls out his knife instinctively.
Ethan's a real big fan of those like cheap chicken shoot games on the Wii.
Ah, I gotcha. Why does it make bird noises?
Oh! Oof.
You always stab them in just the absolute worst places. It's a good thing we know those ones are women, so they already have a gash there. Sorry. I'm sorry I made that joke on your video. Usually I only make that joke in Demon Souls when I equip the gash resistance ring. You know, like one of those MRA Twitter accounts? A gash resistance ring. Maybe that's the Goatsy guy.
Meanwhile, there's some ammo up here if you so wish.
Well, I noticed that you picked up some fucking grenades.
Yeah,
And they
we'll be getting a grenade launcher later, it seems.
Oh, I thought you were gonna throw them.
But they weren't even Neuro rounds either. They're normal grenades that blow up. This isn't Resident Evil. Wait, I gotta wonder if it's a random chance to drop a crystal ring. Speaking of crystal rings, there's one on that necklace.
Okay, at least you didn't go for a stab.
Yeah, at least you didn't go for the gungle on that one. You cut up the wings. That's smart to do on a horrible transformed bat human demon. I played Dead Space. I know how that works. Oh, it's in the key items list. I didn't know that. I thought it was in the treasures list. Interesting.
And you didn't do the thing because I'm not actually gonna blame that one on you. Because
That's fascinating. But the examine range on it is very small.
yeah.
Yeah, there was like no prompt. Like there is an actual thing you can do with it, but we'll get to it later.
You can wear it. If you what we were talking about is if you take off the chain by rotating it to the right angle, you can hit square on the chain. Ethan will put it on and wear it for the rest of the game, and it protects you from vampires. We're talking about Castlevania, right? Whoa!
Yes, exactly.
Oh, look at that red
anyway,
meat.
There was a
There's
reference to
a-
me in this game.
There's a white pig over here behind Elena's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, so certain animals just give better quality meat. That's all it is.
The rarer the animal is, the better.
Sadly,
There
that
is a
white.
finite amount.
Nope.
You first.
You know, I don't. My joke was going to reference like the mid 2000s
gathered
internet. So
all
you
the
go
ingredients.
first.
Oh, okay. there is a finite amount of meat in this game, so like chickens and fish don't respawn or anything.
But there is
guess-
there's exactly enough for everything. You can get everything on one
Apologies for the
playthrough,
wait.
including
Here's
the
your
quality
share.
meats. But you gotta be careful. You gotta look out for them.
Yeah.
To think such a dish
Hey, I've
could
got-
be had in this winter-bound
I've got good news though.
frontier.
Ethan Winters finally will learn to guard a little bit better by continuing to hold his dwindling
thank
amount of fingers up in front of the enemy. I always go for that first, because enemies run right up into your face in this game.
They do.
Like taking Ethan's shitty hands have never
This
blocked
is all
damage
an
better.
investment, Ethan.
What the fuck is that thing? I don't know why it's in the game. That weird teddy bear.
Spend like kings.
What is it? Why? Okay, that's not in RE7. There's a teddy bear you can pick up in RE7 that bleeds, but it's not that one. What is that?
I don't know.
It looks a little bit like the clothes that are laid out for Rose. Those
Thank
clothes
you
have
for
a
your
bear on it, a
patronage.
white bear on it. So like, I don't know, maybe it's meant to taunt Ethan? I wanted to talk about that real quick, by the way, if I could. This is something I really like about RE7 and 8, is the characters in the universe. I feel this way also about Dead Space. They seem to know, in a weird way, like internally, that their universe is full of these weird, crazy connections. Like, they know about these coincidences. They know about the fucked up eye thing. But nobody acknowledges it. People know that in Dead Space, everything is related to eyeballs and spines. But it's just like this weird, spooky vibe that these universes have. I don't know. Like,
Welcome, Ethan.
Ethan's sense of duty to his family almost feels like it is meant to be a story, destiny, fate. It is fascinating to me the way this is written.
As always, a
a way, yeah.
fair exchange.
Because look at what we're doing. We're going around the village, essentially
I'm skilled at
collecting
all sorts of weapon
preset keys
modifications, and
left
we'll do
for
them for
Ethan
a small
Winters
fee.
by the members of the village to open doors that lead to people who have the parts of our daughter. Like, so much of this seems extremely set up for Ethan, but it's not. Like, it's not really a spoiler to say that, right? Because they've already kidnapped us. This isn't actually a setup. They didn't know we were coming. So, what the fuck is all this crazy coincidence stuff we're finding? It is such odd writing. I love it so much.
Yeah, it is kind of video gamey in a way.
But I
As
think
you
it's
wish.
intentional. I think it's on purpose, not as like a commentary on video games,
Genre.
Spec Ops style. But I think the
Appears to
nature
be
of it, the
alive.
coincidental, like always moving forward, like your next objective is always right around the corner type of thing. I think you're meant to. I think you're meant to feel that in universe, because 7 was all about that. I would be interested to hear what people say about that in the thread in the comments, because I've been thinking about that for a while. Thank you for indulging me.